Gonna put that in there. There we go. Perfect. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I seem to be able to hear myself just fine. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday morning. Hope everybody had a great Saturday. Today is my birthday. Just a little fun factoid to put out there. So yeah, happy birthday morning. My wife has been up since like 6 a.m. She's got the entire house made up, coffee made. She's a little bit burnt out. I don't know if she's going to be jumping on the show this morning or not.
I'm posting. I'm writing a post. I will be right there.
Okay, Pockets Lockhart will be joining us momentarily.
Give me a minute. Kind of slow right
Oh,
now.
take your minute. Take your minute. I think right now we're still waiting on people to file in. So yesterday was an entire FNAF themed day. Spent the day with my daughter and talking with my wife and talking with Shiloh about all the things that are coming up on the channel. And what else? Oh yeah, Sister Location premiered yesterday. That was fun. Horror Honeys is back on Dezombified's channel, so there's a lot of stuff that happened yesterday. It was a fun day. Spooky Boo also read 2 of my stories from Hell's Boulevard. I would like to go ahead and pull those up if possible and post the link. Aha. Just gotta wait for my browser to respond here. There we go. She read Who's Been Sending Me Pictures? Good morning, Queen Dragon. How are you? And she also read Spare Parts for the Gods. Good morning, Paul. How are you? So that was fun to tune into that last night. It was like 11 o'clock my time, right up until midnight. It was like one of the last things I watched before bedtime. I ended up going to bed like 1 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I had to ask my wife something. Hope everybody else is having a good morning and a good weekend. Let's see if I can pull up some other topics here to talk about instead of just randomly bouncing around from thing to thing. This is how my brain works when I just wake up. So just bear with me. Like I said, very casual stream. No major topics to talk about. Say, can't even speak yet.
It's like a virtual diner.
Okay, virtual diner. I can get down with that.
Basically, coffee and simple talk, like people used to do in stores.
I don't think many people know what a Stewart's is.
Small coffee shop.
It's it's coffee shop / ice cream parlor /
ice cream.
gas station / mini mart. It's basically a mini mart that, doubles as a gas station like most of them do. They also sell really good coffee, and they specialize in ice cream. They actually started out as ice cream vendors, Stewart's Ice Cream.
They did. That's how they started.
So let me tell you, their ice cream is it's better than Ben and Jerry's. I absolutely love it.
They
Stewart's
even
Ice
have
Cream is
gelato
awesome.
Now.
I did not know that. You don't have to bang. You don't have to yell so hard. They can hear you. Mike picks up everything.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're nothing.
Well, I'm all the way over here. I'm dinging on things. Oh. And I can't see because I washed my hair and my hair's clean, so it doesn't want to do what I want it to do.
You doing all right?
I think a nap might be in my future.
There's nothing wrong with naps. I like naps.
Well, no, you can I'm making him linguine and clam sauce.
That's my favorite.
And I'm making it all from scratch. I got the fresh parsley. I got the fresh garlic. I got 6 cans of clams. So I'm like making a double batch.
Now I'm hungry, and I don't usually get up and eat because I'm not a morning eater. I usually don't feel too well in the morning.
That's why I got chocolate cupcakes.
So, but no, that sounds good already.
You want a chocolate cupcake?
No.
Or not cupcake, muffin?
No, linguine and clam sauce.
Oh, I'm not making that right now. You're shit out of luck for that. I even got the fresh parsley to do it with, make it look all nice. I made a nice salad. Huge salad. 3 different kinds of peppers. Sliced button mushrooms and iceberg lettuce. Garlic bread to go with it. You're spoiled.
Yeah, I know. and yes, Warrior Princess Stewart's. That's what they are. They're places that they kind of have everything right in one spot. I have down south. They have like Winn-Dixie's. I guess you could say they're very similar to
Trader
those.
Joe's. Trader Joe's is like that kind of a thing.
Like Stewart's.
Yeah, basically, but they have more stuff.
I've never really been to a Trader Joe's, but I've heard good things about them. But Winn-Dixie's and Trader Joe's don't sell ice cream.
No, they don't. Well,
that's the thing.
They do in the frozen section.
Yeah, it's not the same. You can't like walk up to the counter and get an ice cream cone.
What are your slippers? You do put on your sneakers.
When I stand up, I will put on my sneakers.
I'm gonna ruin your new socks.
Says you.
I'm the wife. I made a whole happy birthday banner out of a tablecloth this morning.
She did.
That was hard as fuck.
The whole house is like clean. She also has Jumanji on in the background, so.
The second one.
You might, yeah, the second one. Well,
it's hilarious.
The third one, really.
Yeah, the third one. The second one, though, made by The Rock.
Yeah, the second one with The Rock in it. So, third
he
Jumanji.
does a good job, though, doesn't he?
I think it's the third.
It is.
Didn't they make a sequel to the original one, though, too?
That was Jumanji. That was the
one
Not
with The Rock. Oh, I thought there was one in between those.
Nope.
Oh. Because that would technically make this part 4, because they do exist within the same canon.
There was 2 fan films that came out, and they knocked them out. They took them off. Took them out. What do you want to call it? Pardon of the coughing. It is.
Don't pardon anything. Don't let her get away with it. She'll take an inch and take a mile. I'm just joking.
Bitch, look what I did for you. I'm gonna slap the brown out your eyes. Everybody be seeing you through your mask. Be like, yo, why are your eyes white?
Can't be seen through the mask.
My wife bitch slapped me.
The mask is the face. The real mask is the one I wear to work.
Oh, shit, I got a freaking message.
No, it's not. It's not the same. Like, you can go to the freezer, but it ain't the same as like being able to walk up and get like a cone or a sundae or something like that.
Extra thick shake.
Yeah, shakes are always good.
And they now have a non-dairy flavor ice cream. It's mint cookie crumble. OMG.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
Are we speaking in text slang now?
No, it's just really, it's like foodgasm.
LOL question mark? It's like walking up to somebody and saying, question mark. No, we say, I have a question.
Here. I'm fighting off Quadruped and you're making fun of me.
Hey, your meds is your business. Ow! You flick me in the temple.
Because you're small, I can do that.
Not that small. You're smaller than I am.
Meaning you were a little brother.
So anyway, I was looking up information on a security breach. This looks pretty cool. Hold on one sec.
Mandrill.
I guess it's only coming to PlayStation right now. So that makes me sad. This will be the first, at least as far as I know, the first Five Nights at Freddy's game that wasn't released to a computer first or simultaneously. Aside from the AR phone game. They haven't shown a whole lot of gameplay, I've noticed, though, for it. It's all cinematic footage. I'd like to see what this game plays like, but it looks amazing. My daughter's kind of turned me into a pretty big FNAF fan. So I bought a GoPro last weekend. And might take it with me on some fishing adventures after I get a waterproof skin for it. I mean, it already is waterproof technically, but I just want to doubly make sure.
Damien, you're not scratching the edge. You're scratching the floor.
Okie dokie, we are back. So anyways, but yeah, this security breach game looks really good. I'm hoping it comes out to other platforms after it comes out to the PlayStation 3 and the GoPro. That's where I was at. So brain's kind of all over the place this morning. Might take it when we're doing some fishing, but I also I've got my hands on basically an EMF meter. So I might start doing some very, very light daytime paranormal investigation type stuff and putting those videos up on the channel. Don't think there's going to be a schedule for it. Everything else on the channel is pretty well scheduled. So this would be something that's just, hey, I put together this video. It's going to go up. So there won't be like a set schedule or anything for it, but it is something that I think I'm going to do. There's this place right down the road called Murderer's Creek, and I'm thinking that might be the first place we go and kind of document and stuff like that. So you can look forward to some of that on the channel coming up. Good morning, Twisted Skipster. How are you?
Cuteness.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Cuteness overload.
Oh, thank you very much for the happy birthday. Much appreciated. Just got up maybe 45 minutes ago, so kind of bear with me a little bit here. Still kind of struggling for topics and stuff at the moment, and yeah, co-host is a bit busy.
I am trying to work my brain.
She's playing with her phone.
I know. I am looking at mails in case I got anything from Mr. Verga for Shiloh. I have to tell her the Miss Fiore has worked for her on her Chromebook anyway.
She's looking through her emails on
It's a new one, damn it. I can
phone.
play with it if I wants to. I got a new cell phone. It's nice screen. Pictures are freaking awesome. I mean, crisp, clean pictures. It's so nice. And I'm not gonna drop it or sit up against a rock.
Yeah, she will.
While fishing. No, I won't.
You will.
No, I won't. Now I just have to find a rechargeable DVD player for camping, and I'm set.
GoPros are very, at least so far. I's my first one. But basically they work just like a normal camera. They're very, very small. They have attachable components on the bottom that allows you to clip them in tripods and whatever. Basically, you put these little sticky stands on like a helmet. But they work a lot like a video camera as well. So you can take pictures with them and you can take video with them. But instead of film, there's an SD card. You just take the SD card out and put it in your computer and videos pull up. They're wicked high resolution, super high frame rate. So good morning, Fuzzy. How are you? Some of the family is sleeping. Co-host just walked away and the daughter is still asleep. She rolled over, went back to bed. And I am very, very sorry to hear that, Twisted Skipster. Yeah, please make sure that you do go and get that done. Long trip or not. That's important. So thoughts and prayers with you. I got faith. Oh boy. I think this is a telemarketer. It's gotta be. It's an 866 number. Hello? Oh, no kidding.
It's so silly, but I don't believe it.
Of course. Did you use your card yesterday at a department store for $1? I'm just gonna say yes because
No.
it's fraud.
No, I didn't.
WishCon. Here. It's for you anyway. I was just pretending to be you. Sorry, that was a phone call. I was hoping it was gonna be one of those telemarketers, so I was gonna be funny. But it wasn't. Apparently it's my bank, and somebody tried making a fraudulent purchase at a department store in the amount of $1, which is strange because if you're gonna fraudulently purchase something, why would you do it in the form of $1? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It had to be us. So I don't know.
Crap, I think I just canceled my credit card.
Well, if there's
it
a
just
fraudulent,
my card was canceled.
Well, that's big. You have to get a new one. You said then you didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, then that's why. You don't want someone, even if it's $1, because they could just go back and do something else. So cancel the card. I'll make sure the car insurance stays tight.
I think though the Wish one was on the old
Whatever.
927 card.
So that's why. Okay. At least we've got it all figured out.
I don't know.
Whew. Yeah. I mean, that's true. That does make sense. People make small purchases to see if it'll go through, and then if it does, they make larger ones. That's true. And they will do that. You're absolutely correct. So that's why I told my wife is just cancel it. Just say no. Just cancel it. Get rid of it. We'll get a new card. It's not a big deal. I've still got my card, and we can still go to the bank itself. So we'll be fine. Oh, yeah. My wife is really good at brewing coffee. Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah. They did say it was yesterday. Well, some interesting things always seem to happen. That's good. At least something interesting. Not always seem to happen, but definitely happened today.
I'm still waiting for you to transfer.
Pockets is on the phone. Should be back eventually. Let's see here. Okay, 13 of the best horror movies so far in 2021. Let's see what this list looks like. Let's see what people really think. Really think of what of the horror that's being produced, right now. For shady characters pawning a stick of gum. What if I'm the character pawning a stick of gum? Well, that's good. Yeah, nope. It's never good to lose your card. I'm like notorious for losing my card.
Now I'm back on here.
All right, cool. Well, I can see comments and I can look at this. So Willy's Wonderland is number 13. That's hilarious. It actually was really good. I liked it. Nicolas Cage didn't have any lines at all, but it was good. It was really, really good. He actually did really good acting as a silent character. It's basically a Five Nights at Freddy's type movie. Shady Sabian. Yeah, I guess that would be a bit shady. I don't know. That was Pawn and Gum though. It would just be like Bubble Yum or Bazooka Joe. It'd be nothing special about it. It would literally just be gum. What is this? The Vigil? After agreeing to look after a dead body overnight, part of a Jewish tradition, a young man suddenly finds himself against an evil spirit who has his sights set on him as his target.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe. I'll have to check it out. Is Spiral out? Oh, no, it's not out yet. Has anybody ever heard of Spiral? Spiral is, if you haven't heard of it, it's a Saw movie. It's a new Saw movie that's coming out. Which is really, really awesome. Believe it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. Yep, and Chris Rock.
Not his birthday, my birthday.
So.
Yeah, it said that there was some type of fraud attempt.
Spiral continues the Saw franchise as the 9th movie in the series. A police detective starts searching for a mysterious killer who is targeting cops and playing a mysterious and deadly game. Play games, motherfucker! Like, you guys, you gotta go check out the preview for that. That looks actually really good. I can't wait till that comes out. May 21st. Comes out May 21st. A Quiet Place Part 2? They made another one?
No, it's okay. You got lovely music. It's better than the other elevator music.
Yep, 9.
Oh my god.
Wow. So yeah, you do know obviously about the final chapter, which was part 7, and then there was Jigsaw that came out after that, which tied into the series. It served as like an epilogue story. And then apparently now this is coming out with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. And it actually looks really good. So yeah, makes number 9 in the series. So getting up there. There's 12 Friday the 13th movies. So the Saw franchise is starting to rival, at least in length. So A Quiet Place Part 2. The Abbott family are forced to leave their home for good and start to venture out into the world, but they soon find out that the monsters they're used to dealing with aren't the only ones that are out to get them. Oh, maybe it's other people too that are out to get them. That's my guess. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to know how predictable that can all be. I think. Did I have this muted? I do. My computer's muted, so let's see if I see people being attacked by people here. I'm going to watch the preview. Day 1. This is a long preview. 2.5 minutes.
I have my old card.
I'll read some comments while it's playing in the background. Oh no, yeah, no. There is more Saw movies than 4. Yeah, there's obviously the 5 and 6 are just called Saw 5, Saw 6. Like there's no subtitle or anything like that. Saw 7 is Saw the Final Chapter, and then the 8th one is Jigsaw. And then now the 9th one is Spiral. Oh shit. Oh wow. What the? Oh, that wasn't good. That was cool looking. She was like driving down the road all frantic, and then like this bus starts coming at them. So she throws the car in reverse and is driving backwards as the bus is barreling at them. And then this like tentacle arm thing comes out of the driver's side window of the bus as they're driving backwards. Like that was really cool. That was interesting. I'm interested now. This preview has my attention. I mean, I agree. I would watch Jason over Saw movies any day. There was a trap, and then bottles were jingling, and now someone's pointing a gun at these people. Oh, hey. The only people that might want to hurt them, there are other things that are hunting them. Soon they find out that the monsters they're used to dealing with aren't the only ones that are out to get them. And look, they found other people. I was right. Okay. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Another Conjuring movie. These were okay. I'm not a huge fan of the Conjurings. But they weren't bad. Now, like Insidious or something like those movies were awesome. Or the Babadook. That movie scared the hell out of my kids. Ed and Lorraine Warren are back and on their toughest case yet. The murder suspect is using demonic possession as his defense in his trail case. As his defense in his trial case. I'm sure they misspelled that. And the couple must find out the truth behind his story. Okay. I actually read that as trail. And it is trail. Like, here, I'll go ahead. I'm going to put the link in here. Just, and this isn't so what? It's one word. I'm not like posting on anybody or anything. I'm not perfect. But here, this is the website I'm reading.
I made my daughter blow up the balloons last night.
And I believe that was number 9 on the list. So, and it says trail, not trial. The Forever Purge. See, this is another thing. Like the Purge movies, I can't get into them. For one, Manhunt, the game for PlayStation, did it first, did it better. Just, I know the concept's not quite the same, but the gameplay, the aesthetics of it all, is very much the same. And two, after you've seen the first Purge movie or any Purge movie, you kind of that's it.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen them all. Like, there's nothing, at least that I've found in them, that went really much deeper than any of the other ones that came before.
They're listening.
Oh, my parents are calling me. I'll have to call them back. I should plug in my phone, though. I'll have to get my charger when I'm done. Put the phone on the charger and call my parents back. I know, right? Oh, Manhunt. What a great game that was. So let's see what this Forever Purge movie has in store for us. Say goodbye to the Purge franchise with the series' fifth and final movie. Following the events of the Purge election year, a young couple flees Mexico after going on the run from a drug cartel. But while in Texas, they find themselves stuck in another purge by some people who hope to continue the tradition even if it's now illegal. Okay, so basically it's the Purge, but in Texas. So, I don't know. You've seen one, you've seen them. Like, yeah, they're messed up, but same thing like with the Saw movies. Like, I'll just put this out. I know you did, but I didn't love them all. The first one was really good. The third one was okay. Part 6, Part 7, and even Part 6 wasn't that great. Part 7 was good. And I wasn't really a big fan of Jigsaw. Out of the Saw series, like I like maybe 3 or 4 of them out of the 8 that are out.
I like them all.
I know you liked them all. Yeah, no shit, right? And the Manhunt 2 for the Wii, Fuzzy, is basically a murder simulator. If you ever get a chance, it's a must play. The Night House. A young widow spends her time mourning her husband inside the special house he built for her. However, ghostly dreams start to haunt her at night, and she believes it's him. As she goes through his stuff to find answers, she discovers some hidden secrets that were better left dead. Ooh, let me guess. He was a serial killer or a pedophile. Though the pedophile thing people tend to stay away from, usually. Let's see. Don't Breathe 2? I don't think I've seen Don't Breathe. Stephen Lang returns as the blind man in this highlight anticipated sequel. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be in this highly anticipated sequel. After locking himself in a cabin and raising an orphaned girl, the blind man must head out into the world to rescue her after she's kidnapped. But he's blind. Is he Daredevil?
Come on.
Candyman, number 5. This I am looking forward to. Very, very much so.
Who's you really gonna be in it though?
Tony Todd.
Yeah, him.
It's not confirmed. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this before on a different stream or whatever. But this is not a sequel or not a prequel, or excuse me, a remake. It is a sequel. It's not a remake. A lot of people think this is a remake because it's Candyman. It's a sequel because the guy that's in the previews, do you remember the baby in the very first Candyman? The one that got dug out of the fire Candyman stole the baby, the woman's baby. His mother's actually in this movie. The main character is that baby. I'm pretty sure it's the same person that was the baby playing him. If not, it's who he's supposed to be. The person that's the baby's mother is back for this movie. It's also rumored that the lady that played Helen is going to be coming back for this movie. And it looks like the main character, who was the baby in the first one, is going to turn into the new Candyman. But in one of the scenes in the preview, he's walking by a vehicle and he's looking at a car, and the reflection in the car, it's not him, it's Tony Todd. So Tony Todd is in this movie. Facts. I'm like just about ready to guarantee it. And it's basically a passing of the torch movie to a new Candyman. I'm excited. It looks fantastic. I love the first two Candyman movies. The third one was a little bit to be desired, but the first two were absolutely great. So I'm absolutely stoked for this. The Candyman is officially back in this brand new film co-written by Jordan Peele, directed by Nia DaCosta, and producer Wynn Rosenfield. Even though the Cabrini Green housing projects are gone due to gentrification, that doesn't mean that the Candyman doesn't live on. See, it's a sequel. It's not a remake. It is a legit sequel. So this is Candyman 4. And I mean, how many years has it been? Like I'm pretty sure we're going on like 25, 30 years, something like that, since the last Candyman movie. Dark Harvest? Well, this looks good. That's a very evil looking pumpkin. Based off Norman Patridge's 2007 novel of the same name, a small town's Halloween tradition of tracking down the killer known as October Boy continues for another year. But Pete McCormick, who feels stuck in his current life situation, hopes to capture him once and for all to turn it all around. That looks really interesting. Comes out on September 24th. Apparently, Candyman comes out on August 27th. That's great. I thought that was going to be an October release. That's awesome. That means it'll probably be playing at the drive-in.
Yep.
Candyman at the freaking drive-in. Oh, yeah, now I'm ready to do backflips. That's amazing. Last Night in Soho. Follow the Queen's Gambit star in this psychological thriller that follows a wannabe fashion designer who mysteriously gets transported to the 1960s. She gets the chance to meet her fashion hero, but you know what they say about doing that. Sometimes you're better off not. Okay. That's not good. She looks like a mannequin. Is he turning people into mannequins as a fashion designer in the 60s? And she got transported through time to be there? Well, I mean, it's a new concept for a story, but something like that with time travel and serial killers, and you might have too much going on there. I hope that writer, and it could be done, can handle all those subplots and threads. But I know most nowadays that write for TV and movies and stuff can't handle something that complex. So I wonder if maybe that story has a bit too much going on in it.
Got your Valentine's Day card there too.
Antlers. This looks actually really good. Again, I got everything muted. I'm going to put this preview on but this looks good. Carrie Russell stars as a small town teacher who tries to help out one of her students with her brother by her side. But when they find out the kid's dark secret, they end up with a problem darker than anything they've ever faced before. Comes out on October 29th, and it's called Antlers. It looks amazing. Sorry, I'm still watching this preview. You've never seen the first Candyman? Oh, you've got to change that. like this is something that you must change. When we're done here, like that should be your next move. Did that person have no feet? I think that person had no feet. That's not good. Whoa. Ew. Oh God, ew. Oh, this movie looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like gruesome and dark. It's about time. I hope they didn't just show like all the best parts though in the preview. Like I hope this whole movie is as dark as it looks. Ooh. Please don't be an entirely computer generated monster though. Like so far, like the cinematography in this and everything is like really good and actually could be a very creepy looking type movie. That looks like a lamprey. That thing has antlers? Yeah, this looks really good. This looks really good. Ooh, and that was not computer generated. And that was a really long, creepy looking arm. Yeah. Okay, I'm sold. Antlers, October 29th. That's my Halloween movie. Which I'm surprised they didn't have Halloween on here because that's also coming out this year. The new Halloween movie. Number one, though, is There's Someone Inside Your House. Based off the novel of the same name by Stephanie Perkins. Well, that's cool. Hopefully this movie to novel to movie adaptation is decent. Makani Young moves to Nebraska to live with her grandmother and is forced to start her life all over again. However, when a serial killer starts exposing everyone's secrets, she must work together with her new classmates to figure out who's behind it. Doesn't that sound an awful lot like April Fool's Day?
Yes.
Like the old April Fool's Day?
Yes.
From the 1980s? Like, maybe it's a good book, but...
Remember what Animaniacs said?
But that's based off a book. I seriously doubt somebody maybe they took an idea from an 80s movie and adapted it to a book. It could be different enough that it's different. I don't know. I'm much more excited about Antlers and Candyman, though. Like, that's awesome. Like, I can't wait. So, sweet. Pockets has abandoned Blood and Beans to do some sweeping.
They can hear me.
They can hear you? They can hear you sweeping.
Do you know I'm actually sweeping blind because my hair's in my face?
And her hair really is in her face.
What?
I was telling them that your hair is in your face.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm blinded by red.
Very bright red. Okay. Let's see if I can find something else to jam about here. Movies. Oh, let's see if there's any new ones in this list.
And you asked them how many of them sweep their carpet.
It is loading. Army of the Dead. Coming out on Netflix May 21st. Zack Snyder made one hell of a directorial debut with his 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead. So his triumphant return to the genre is enough to pique our interest. Add a fun, flashy locale like Vegas and plot revolving around a casino heist, and baby, you've got a stew going. This looks like just the type of balls to the wall horror film to kick off the summer season with a bang. And if one movie isn't enough for you, don't worry, because Army of the Dead is also getting a live action prequel as well as a spin off animated series.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Though the new Dawn of the Dead movie was decent. I did like that remake. I'll put that out there. Part 2, The Conjuring, The Werewolves Within. What does this look like? Adult Goonies. Can never have enough werewolf movies, especially horror comedies about lycanthropes. But to have one described as, quote, both a whodunit and whatdunit, you should make you immediately mark your calendar for the release of Werewolves Within. This horror comedy based on the VR game of the same title stars Sam Richardson as a forest ranger in a remote, snow-covered town trying to figure out what exactly is eating the locals. It's essentially Among Us, but with a werewolf, and it comes to us courtesy of Josh Rubin, who already impressed with the hilarious and more than a little creepy Scare Me last year. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard of that. It must be for Steam VR, because I've never heard of Werewolves Within. Oh, that is a funny story, Twisted. I imagine it's because she's small. That's where my wife got it from. Forever Purge. Old 21. Old is a horror movie? Oh, it's by M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh, God.
In the meantime, start making your predictions for the big twist.
With the twist.
His twists are not that twisty. I'm sorry.
They're predictable and stupid.
Here's the twist that you saw coming.
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Candyman. Resident Evil. A new one. The long-running Resident Evil franchise is getting a revamp this year that should please gamers. After 6 films starring Mila Jovovich, picture above, that took more of an action-heavy approach to the iconic zombie video game franchise. The upcoming reboot is bringing it all the way back to 1998. This film will tell the origin story of the sinister Spencer Mansion and Raccoon City, with Kayla Scodelario and Robbie Amell leading the cast as popular Claire and Chris Redfield from the first 2 games. Director Jonas Roberts promises a film that's scarier than its predecessors and captures the visceral terror of the Capcom games. With not 1 but 2 TV shows in development, 1 animated and 1 live action, 2021 could end up being the year of Resident Evil. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. First off, I've been freaking zombied to death. But Resident Evil the games were good. And the fact that they want to go back and make a prequel mythos set in the beginning times, maybe not in a separate timeline. That's a cool idea. I seriously doubt though that this movie is going to be scary. I seriously doubt that the show is going to be anything more than a Walking Dead knockoff. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the movie is dark and scary and disgusting, and they use all kinds of practical effects and everything, but I don't see it. I don't have faith in movie people these days. So anyway, that's how I feel about the Resident Evil series. Like I like the games. The movies, not really the biggest fan, especially because they didn't follow the games, and the fact that like between now and then there's been like a million zombie things of everybody trying to cash in on zombies, and now they want to go back and make it like the games. Like at this point, I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
give it a try.
I will. Malignant. What's this? We know next to nothing about Malignant, but what we do know makes it more than worthy of this list. For one, this is James Wan's return to horror after a brief stint directing Aquaman. Oh God. And
I can't wait for Aquaman
involvement alone makes horror fans intrigued. Then there's the fact that this is an entirely original idea, said to be inspired by the Giallo genre, and the single image we have of the film, which features a creepy leather glove holding a golden sword. What does this mean? We don't know, but we can't wait to find out.
Did you lose it?
I'm, again, not a fan of Aquaman.
I am.
Pockets loved Aquaman. I didn't. I still don't. I'm just going to move on. Halloween Kills. This looks good. Adding to the list of sequels to surprisingly successful horror films, we're getting close to the middle chapter of the Halloween reboot / sequel trilogy. And waiting this long has been agony. I'm just going to stop here and talk about this too for a second. I like the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis came back to do this, and she's all about. But I don't understand why do movies keep sidestepping sequels? Like we had this movie, and there were all these sequels 1, 2, 3, 4.
Be an Outlander. What are you talking about?
And then they're like, you know what? We're just gonna not talk about part 2 and part 3 and part 4, and we're gonna make a new part 2. I don't understand it. Like
that's what they did with Army of Darkness. They made a new part 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they also did the same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
Texas Chainsaw 3D was a sequel to the first one.
Oh.
So part 2, part 3, part 4, they didn't happen. I don't appreciate how movies do that. It's like, the sequels weren't good. Let's make new sequels. No, actually, they were good. I enjoyed them very much. So, but whatever. So apparently they're making the new sequel trilogy. So there'll be a new set of 3 Halloween movies, which is cool. Last Halloween movie, 2018, that came out, was pretty good. Halloween Resurrected or whatever. Wasn't my favorite Halloween movie though. There were a lot of the sequel ones, like The Curse of Michael Myers, or part 4 and part 5, The Return and the Revenge of Michael Myers. Like, those are good movies. Like, I'm sorry. Anyway, the previous film was surprisingly fun, tense, and emotionally deep exploration of trauma that still feared a human jack-o'-lantern. Halloween Kills promises to up the ante with an exponentially higher body count and the return of Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace, as well as the Myers house and a topical exploration of mob violence, which is sure to spark a lot of fan conversation in between all the screams and cheers. So they're shoving. I'm going to move on from this too. I'm not going to talk about that controversy, political. I can take my movies without political controversies. That would be nice, for one. And two, I don't have a lot of faith in it because what I didn't like about Halloween, whatever it was, Resurrection or Resurrected, or the one that came out in 2018, is when the cop like wanted to be Michael, and then like they showed like that transference of like anyone could be Michael, and some people were saying that the guy that escaped in that one wasn't even Michael because it was his anger that passed from person to person, and it gets too psychological. What makes something scary is the unknown. Stop trying to explain it. Put a scary dude in a mask, the point of the mask being you don't know what's underneath, and just go from there. That's it. You don't have to overthink this. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Antlers, we already know. We saw all about that. Nightmare Alley. We're finally getting closer to the Oscar winners' triumphant return to his horror, to horror this year. Nightmare Alley arrives in early December, which seems to indicate the studio thinks it could be an awards contender. And if nothing else, it's definitely got a cast full of award winners like Bradley Cooper, Kate Blanchett, William Dafoe, Toni Collette, and more. Based on William Lindsay's Gresham novel of the same name, the film follows a manipulative carnival worker who teams up with a psychiatrist to wreak havoc. This being Del Toro, expecting stunning visuals, a deeply sympathetic narrative, and striking horror imagery that is sure to stick with audiences all the way through the holiday season. We'll see. Again, like, we'll see. Especially like horror movies, horror in particular, when you stuff it full of brand name actors, you've already got yourself working against you. Everyone thinks that like horror, like, I'll get all these like really well-known actors to be in my movie and stuff, but like that's part of what takes you out of the illusion. See, action movies, you can just explosions and gunfire, and you can just keep doing the same thing and just put more of it. Horror is different. Horror is in the story. Horror is in the unknown. So when you make it known already, you have to do something different, or it's not scary. Horror is in the unknown, so you got to keep moving forward with horror. You can't just keep churning out the same things. When you put people, faces that everyone recognizes, like William Dafoe, when you put him in a horror movie, it immediately pulls you out of that immersion. You know you're watching a movie. You've seen him before. And I'm not saying everybody liked the movie or everybody was scared by it, but part of what made the Blair Witch Project so attractive and so scary to so many people was they didn't know if it was real or not. The people on the camera, the people in the movie, they signed an agreement that they wouldn't like be in front of cameras or talk to the press for a year. So it literally looked like these people just dropped off the face of the planet after filming this movie. Now, if you recognized these characters as actors, if Leonardo DiCaprio was in the Blair Witch Project, you'd know it wasn't real. That whole illusion, that part of it would have been gone. So when you stuff a movie full of brand name actors like this, all that kind of tells me is you kind of don't know what you're doing with the genre. So I don't believe you when you say you've got this great movie and it's going to be a contender for an award. And it might be, because I don't know, seems like a lot of good horror doesn't actually win awards. Oh, that's what I got to say about that. What time is it? Looks like it's about time for me to end the stream now that I have blabbered on this morning and seem to have vented a bit. World War Z was good. Okay, I've never seen World War Z, and the reason why I haven't is because Brad Pitt's in it. And I'm not saying I don't like Brad Pitt movies. Interview with the Vampire was absolutely fantastic. But it's not something that I would, say it's across the board. There's a well-known actor in a horror movie. It's going to be great. No, you get that acting edge. And if it's more about the story, if the story is fantastic, it won't matter. But you got to have a damn good story. Damn good story. So. And I agree, Fuzzy. If I had well-known celebrities, yes, they would die. They'd have to die off first. But then again, like, you couldn't have one of them live. Yeah, have the survivor be somebody that, nobody knows. And as long as the story is there it would still work. You just got to know what you're doing, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. Antlers looks fantastic, and so does Candyman. So those, I think, are going to be two of my most favorite movies of the year, horror wise. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure this isn't a comprehensive list. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Aquaman is the most useless character that there is. I did not like that movie. I'm sorry. I was not a fan. But okay. I am gonna go ahead and jump off and go grab some breakfast. I really appreciate you guys stopping in this morning, hanging out with me for my birthday, because today is my birthday. So, really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, and just sipping some coffee and waking up. Happy Sunday morning to you. I'll see you around. Bye. That's awesome, Queen. We'll see you next time. Bye.